Hi everyone, it's Renee with Delaney Jane Cards. Welcome back to my channel. It is release day for Joy Clair Designs. They have released this stamp set called Cup of Joy, and it has some super cool images. Now you can get the digital version, which is what I have here. I took the little floral images, there's 5 of them, and I created a background piece of pattern paper, and then I printed out the entire stamp set, and I am just going to focus on those florals. So I'm going to show you just some of the coloring, not all of the coloring, because normally at this point I would switch over to my other angle, and I had it up on my computer and I forgot to hit record. So I apologize for the, I guess, throwback type of coloring on this video where we're overhead and we can't really see what's going on. I'm so sorry. I'm using some yellows here to color these. I'm guessing they are like poppies. They very much look like poppies. When I color them, they really look like poppies, but I don't know. I'm not really sure exactly what they are. Melinda designed this set, and then she's in the hop, and I'm hoping she tells you what kind of flowers they are. What I used was a YR14 as my darkest color. Then I used Y35 and Y02, I believe, and I got good depth. Depth in yellow is kind of hard. You see, I had to go outside of the yellows and went to the YR or yellow, red, the orange colors. And I just picked a more earthy brownish tone, and it worked well for my shadow. So I colored the other one exactly the same, and then I pulled out some BG markers for these 2 little florals here, little 5 petal flowers. I did BG70, BG72, BG75, and BG78. I really wanted the depth. There is a giant amount of contrast between BG78 and BG70. There's a big bit of contrast between the 72 and the 70. I'm not sure if there's a 71 in the Copic line of colors, but that would be a good spot for one, I guess, because nope, there is not. I'm looking at the chart now. There is quite a bit of difference between there. I mean, they blend, but they are harder to blend, those two together. So you'll see when I do get to that BG70 that I actually scrub the nib on the floral in a circular motion there to blend it out. And I love this color combination. It's like a dusty blue-green grayish color. It's one of my go-tos for color combos. And then for this daisy looking one, I thought we needed some pink. So here is, I believe this is RV42. I've been using that one kind of often lately for cheeks when I color things that have rosy cheeks. And then the next one in the line will be RV14. And then R24 is my darkest. I really thought that I would do, maybe it's not, maybe it's RV29. It's RV29, RV14, and RV42. That's the combination I just used. And I did leave quite a bit of white space at the edges of my flowers so that I could really scrub in this really light color so that I could add quite a bit of contrast. You see here that there's a lot of contrast in this color combination, but it's so pretty. I love it. So I have yellow, blue, green, and pink. And then I used some oranges here to put centers in every single flower. Those blue-green flowers, little 5-petal flowers, they don't really have a center, like a center, but I put one in there anyway because it's my card and I can. And then I fussy cut these out. And I have been using my silhouette to do a lot of my die cutting and everything, but I wanted these cut right on the line. And then I used my Tombow marker to go around the edges to make sure that there was no white edge showing. And I do this a lot. And I always go from the back so that if I slip with my marker, it doesn't go on my pretty colored flowers or whatever I'm going around the edges. And then here was Riker needing the alphabet written on this piece of paper, so I obliged so that he would leave me alone for a few more minutes. That is life in my house. I'm always doing something for somebody. And then I thought I'd use this Happy Mother's Day sentiment, and I did fussy cut it out. I like how it looks. It didn't look good on this card. This card, to me, reads very masculine. And I know you're looking at it going, it is not masculine, it is full of flowers. But hear me out. It looks like a card that a gentleman, a man, would give his mother. Not coming from a daughter to a mother, but from a son to a mother. And I feel like the little, like, I don't know, handwritten, flourishy letters in this Happy Mother's Day sentiment did not fit the feel. So I trimmed out this other Happy Mother's Day sentiment, more like a label. It's black, and then it's got the white letters, and then I trimmed it out with a white border. It just seems to fit this so much better. Like I'm a dude, and you're my mom, and here's your card. That's what I feel when I look at this card. Laugh at me if you must, but that's how I feel about this card. Then I thought, well, I needed a little bit of interest. Oh, here we're back to we wanted squares and circles and triangles on this piece of paper. So he's off again for a few more minutes. And I applied these Love from Lizzie silver peel-offs to this strip. And I had cut this at an angle on the one end just for some added interest. And everything is so linear as far as the black parts of this that I really wanted to kind of reinforce that the little strip sentiment has the white borders, and this kind of reinforces that visually. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll put it on there. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I needed to make it its own little line and then add this cluster of flowers, and that's what I needed to do. And I figured it out right about here. So I added a little bit of foam tape to the back of this sentiment strip. And I really like that with the digital images, you can cut this whole stamp set apart in whatever software you're using, and you can make things all sorts of sizes. I printed it out so that everything was, I'm not sure if it was exactly the size that the file is, but it was all in relation to. So when you see that big stamp set, the sentiments are scale. That's the word I'm looking for. The same scale. I just stretched it to fit my whole entire 9 or 8.5 by 11. And then here, you can't see, he had to bring me the alphabet back because he asked me to write the alphabet backwards. And my 4-year-old can do that without even thinking or blinking. But I, however, needed a cheat sheet, and I needed the alphabet that I had already written because I don't know, I can't do the alphabet backwards. That is not something that I have a skill in. So I did take some black thread, and I did this old nesting technique. You kind of make a messy little thread nest under things. And I've had this thread for a very, very long time. I actually, in one of the other cards that I used on, actually sliced my finger with it because it's like outdoor thread for, I'll tell you, I've had it long enough that when I bought it, it was to fix a hunting blind. It's outside thread. It's got some coating on it. I have plenty of it left, so whenever you see black thread in my cards, that's what it is. But yeah, it's like sharp because it's got that coating on it. It sliced my finger. So I did pop some of these flowers up, and I did leave some of them flat. I just kind of made a little bouquet here. And I thought that it was just really pretty down in the corner. Now, when you look at this, do you see card for mom from man, or do you see card for mom from daughter? I'm curious what you see when you look at this. I feel like the straight lines and the subdued background kind of reads from son to mom. So then I pulled out this pretty pink Posh Mix, and I pulled out just the black sequins. Been on this adding black kick, I guess, for a while now. You'll see that a lot. I don't know. I feel like it goes with everything. They're not, I mean, I use clear ones too, and I don't know, I use all sorts of sequins, but The black ones I absolutely appreciate, and I like that they come in a couple different sizes. I don't remember now if I talked about it, but the background paper, I made that. I printed it on some natural cardstock, and then I ink blended it with some cracked pistachio distress oxide, and then I used my perfect pearls and mixed it with water and painted it on those 5 petal flowers. I added some splatters of that in the perfect pearls, and then I also used some black distress oxide and, or no, black distress ink, and splattered that on as well. Added a little bit of glossy accents to the centers of those flowers, and that is my card. I did stamp afterwards, I did stamp the inside with a Mother's Day sentiment. So here are some close-up shots. Now, if you're watching this on the 28th, there is a blog hop going on, 28th or the 29th. They are both going on. You'll see the blog link below, and you can win. There's like prizes. There's prizes. So make sure you check that out. And I will have the link to the stamp set if you decide you wanted to take a look. And as I always say, thank you for stopping by and give cards generously. Bye.